So it's Swansea versus Sheffield Wednesday. Got to put in a good performance tonight. Could be a tough one. Let's just say it doesn't favour us in terms of like stats and stuff. Hello and welcome to this video. You could like, share and subscribe to the channel. Much appreciate it. Liking helps the algorithm, sharing gets in front of people's faces, and subscribing lets me know you like the channel. Hitting a notification bell to let you know when videos go live. There will be a debrief tomorrow to talk about this game. But at the end of the day, we are playing Swansea City away. Now, at the moment, they do not have a good record at the moment, and I feel like this is one of those games where you hear that you go, oh God, here comes that thing where Sheffield Wednesday come into town and the team who's not doing great get what they need and makes them on a little bit of a push. We are very good at doing that. We are the team that will give that kind of confidence. And it's annoying because I don't like it. It's been something that's been Achilles' heel for a long time. And that's not how you say that word. I know you someone could pick up on it. So Sheffield Wednesday versus Swansea versus Sheffield Wednesday. I'm going to struggle, Swansea fans. So if you're a Swansea fan, I'm going to struggle and butcher nearly every one of your players' names. So I'm going to struggle at this. So, but I'll give it a go. Vigaroo, Fulton, Cabango, Darlin, O'Brien, Vipointic, Iom, Timon, Peter Harris, Delarue, and Ronald. John McKinley, Key, Franco, Bianchi, Cullen, Christie, Norton, Cooper, Parker. I have butchered all of them. Please apologise. I am naff with names. When to go with Beadle, Valerie, Whitway, Matlow, Johnson, Shea Charles, Ingleson, Patterson, Gassama, Windass, Ugbo. The bench is Pierce Charles, Palmer, Valentine, Otabio, Armstrong, Chalobah, Jamal Lowe, Sissoko and Smith. So interesting, Sissoko gets a bench appearance. No Hasasu because he was in the team that travelled, but he's not been picked for this game. It'll be interesting to see what we do. It looks like it can be quite Johnson and possibly Patterson playing like the wing-back role, but Valerie could do it as well. So it'll be interesting to see what he does there. But it could be interesting how he lines up. Ingleson gets that start that I've been saying I would like to see. It's something I've wanted to see for a while. But it'll be interesting to see what we do in the lineup because with the players we got injured, it's going to be interesting to see what Danny does, how he plays. There's people already who are not happy that Ugbo is starting the game. I get that. I understand it. But just let's support them, see what happens. You never know. This could be the game. It might not be, but they could be the game where he gets that goal. But if one of those things, we just see what happens, see if we can put the result at the weekend behind us and go again. Again, I've said it in the past, we are very much a team, when we had a weekend result that doesn't go our way, we tend to do well the next game. It's just funny how we are that kind of club at the minute. So let's see what happens. A good chance to do well, but we need to be in it and playing well, and we have to start from the first whistle going straight away because we do have a history of just not starting well and waiting until 20th minute to get into games, and that gotta stop. And it's been a case all season. Let's see how we do. Hopefully we can be defensively strong, he says, but it could be one of those ones where it's either gonna be a game where you're looking and go good result, or it can be a game where you go, what did we do wrong there this time? So, in the first half, I think Sheffield Wednesday were really good, had some really good chances. Ugbo had some really good movement, trying to just make space with little 1-2 give and goes with Charles and Windass. Windass in that first half managed to have two really good chances and dragged them both past the post. Very, very similar. Well, it's just a shame he just couldn't get the right connection on it. And at times, we've been really good knocking it around. Ingleson, I think, have been immense, just being able to be that runner in midfield, being able to run after things, being a good person with strength, trying to lead the counter-attack. Now, when they have been going forward, we're having to just bide our time and wait a little bit. The defense have been okay. It's not been brilliant sometimes when they're doing their attack. Especially, we got the ball at the back with the goalkeeper. Two men doing the press immediately, trying to close down, make the mistake. So we have to be switched on because they're going to keep trying to employ that for the rest of the game. They're going to keep trying to see if Beadle makes a mistake or anything like that. But so far, we've been good. Gassama have been able to get down the left-hand side quite well. They have targeted him a couple of times. Pato's had spell, but not been brilliant. I think Valerie's been decent as well. But it's interesting how that midfield situation has been tonight. I think Charles and Ingleson have worked really well together, just trying to hold it up, knock it around, trying to get the ball forward. I don't think we've been too bad. There've been a couple of like little shout from Swansea for penalties. Nothing given though. And sometimes it has been a bit of stop, start by the referee. It's been that kind of game where he refed it, where something's happened, little niggle, had to stop it, little niggle, had to stop it. But so far, we are not doing too bad at all. It's really interesting how we are moving forward and moving the ball forward, just trying to see if we can make something and trying to unlock this like killer ball to get through. There was an excellent ball that went straight through to Ubbo and he just couldn't find his feet in the box. And then there was also a really good champ where he did really well. Again, it's the second Josh Windass miss where he noticed that they're not going to play it out properly. We got the ball, we've had the counter, gone to fake shot, get to this Windass, and that's where one of the shots was. But so far in the first half, I think we've been really good. I think we have to keep up the same pressure. In the second half, I like to see Sissoko. I think there's a player there that could potentially beat a Swansea man and try and get past him. So far, so good. Let's see what happens. But at half-time, it is Sheffield Wednesday 0. No, it's not. It's Swansea City 0, Sheffield Wednesday 0. And we just need to try and pick it up a little bit, move forward and see what we can do. But so far, so good. I think okay with us. We've not been nothing to write home about yet, but there's little bells that have been look really promising. But so far, at half-time, it is 0-0 between Swansea and Sheffield Wednesday. So, in the second half, they played a little bit better, Swansea, not by much, though. And we have to go to the bench to help us out a little bit. And help us out, it does indeed. And it's one of those things where you look at the start of the game and people are questioning why Michael Smith not playing, why is he not in the 13th squad, and all this kind of stuff. And you look at it thinking, yeah, maybe when you look at Ubbo, you go, okay, maybe it is the kind of player you want to make sure he's in and get sorted. But here's the thing for me as well. It's like we make the changes, and it was a double change on the 58th minute. Smith came on, Armstrong came on and replaced Ubbo and Patterson. And Windass gets the ball to Smudge, and it's a really good taken goal to make it 1-0. But the thing I got is most of the goals Smudge has scored this season, five out of the 8 goals he's scored so far have all come off the bench. He's been that impact player we need. But the problem is, what do you do if you start Smith and then don't have an impact player? You have to find that other impact player to be that. And that's the thing where I'm always like, you got to really try and go for it. Smith, again, goes really well. Nearly gets a second. It's a good save by the keeper for Swansea. And at that point, you're thinking, okay, are we going to be able to just get something here? Get all 3 points, get out of Dodge. Gassama goes off and Sissoko comes on. Sissoko looked very good. Very rapid, very good. First touch was a bit lacking, but straight in people's faces, trying to get at them, trying to make something happen. And you're just trying to see if we can get that little bit of cohesion so we can keep all 3 points. But again, like I said earlier, it's the 8th goal of the season for Smith. And it makes you question, do you potentially keep him next season? Would it be a player you keep if he's willing to still be an impact player? Because that's what he's being right now. Chalobah off, Ingleson on. I thought Ingleson had a fantastic game. I will not lie. I thought Ingleson was fantastic today. Looked good, played well. Really impressed with how he moved the ball around as well. And you're just thinking, can we keep this up? 4 minutes of added time goes up, and you're like, right, come on, let's do this. Let's try and keep hold of this. 94th minute, Swansea have it in the back of the net, and you're thinking, oh no, not again. Not again. You're not having this happen again. You're thinking back to other games we've had where you're like, you just don't want to see it, and it's just like, oh, we've done it again. It's another bad one, and you're like, the filter comes on, the sad face comes on, and you're thinking, oh, we screwed it up. No, we haven't. It's offside. Doesn't count, and we go home with all 3 points. I mean, our first win in Swansea since 1980 something. So fantastic result for Wednesday. So as it stands in the table for us right now, if you want to go into it, let's have a look. I think that makes us 8th at the minute, and we're still in it. That's the stupid thing. These are the kind of games that you look at and you go, where'd they come from? So let's have a look at the table here for a minute. Hang on. Table. I don't want Burnley. I don't care about Burnley. So Sheffield Wednesday moved to 8th. Wednesday, Bristol City are on 45 points. Middlesbrough drop out currently of the top 6 race on 44 points. West Brom are on 47. Blackburn are on 48. So it's really, really tight. You've got Coventry on 44. Middlesbrough 44. Norwich 43. Watford 42. QPR 41. Millwall 40. Preston 40. Oxford 38. You look at it and you're like, there are so many teams so close to fighting it. So it's interesting. I think the big thing for us is the fact that we have got Burnley and Sunderland even at the end of the month, which will be interesting. Plymouth get a very good win tonight. They get a 5-1 win versus Millwall, which will help them a lot. That puts them on 28 points, Hull on 29. So starting to creep. Maybe they could get out of that. Who knows? See what happens at Derby as well. But Sheffield went to get all 3 points, and that's all that matters. We move on to Coventry, and we see what happens next.